Well, happy Wellness Wednesday. Good morning to you. Much better as we're waking up here in St. Louis, Missouri. Or where are you waking up? Let us know this morning. It was cold, but you know what? I heard it turned out to be a really great day. I talked to Mike Quinn, who we had on yesterday from the St. Louis Ancient Order of Hibernians, and he said, God really took care of them, took pity on them, he said, but I think he took care of them and made yesterday's Dogtown Parade be actually pretty nice. The sun came out. It was a gorgeous one. Well, good morning. If you are new to the show, I'm your host, Monica Adams. Thanks for signing on early this morning. The show is all about being real and authentic. We've got a really powerful show on tap for you today as we do this Wellness Wednesday and we take care of each other, but we also talk about the aspect of how, I always ask about this. The need to understand the importance of taking care of you. And that's what we're going to discuss today. It's all about the human spirit. It's about understanding that your body is whispering, but are you listening to it? We'll discuss all of that for you coming up here in just a second. Let's get into the weather. I told you it was going to be nicer today, and it is. Look at that. We make a big switch from yesterday waking up in the teens to today. Most of you probably in the 30s, but 65 and a lot of sunshine today here in St. Louis, Missouri, Southern Illinois. Again, we've got people that we reach all over the world, so I'd love to know where you are. 65 here, 45 tonight. Tomorrow, 74. Really beautiful day. As we get into the first day of spring on Friday, we are nearing 80, and maybe by the time we get to Friday, it might even be that. 83 on Saturday. St. Louis City SC, by the way, will be in action. And then we get into Sunday, 73 degrees. We do see a little bit of a drop as we get into next week. 52 on Monday. Tuesday, a 20% chance of late rain, maybe, just very minimal. 59 for the high. Wednesday, 68, a lot of clouds. And then we get into Thursday, which, by the way, is the home opener for the Cardinals. 30% chance of rain. If you're going to the game, it'll be 70 degrees. And then 58 on Friday. So a little bit of an up and down pattern and maybe some wet days mixed in there. But overall, I hope that we are finally past this crazy cold spell that we had. We're going to talk to Beckett Moore, our aspiring meteorologist, coming up on Friday. So, all right, we're just getting started. We've only been signed on for a couple of minutes. If you are signing on, feel free to say hello to your community. Linda, good morning. Sean is on vacation in Dayton. Julie, good morning to you. Friends, yes. Oh my gosh, you know who we realized that we didn't have? Christy usually signs on and is always the very first person, but evidently not today. Hopefully she's doing okay. So I was looking through news and thought, is there really anything that I want to pass along to you? So a lot of times in the morning, I will go through and scour the local news and the national news. I love to use our friends over at KMOV. And so I went through, and here's what I'm going to ask you, because I love for you to be interactive, When we report on the news, these are all the things that you would see. Do you want to know about the Illinois race? If you do, we'll go through the Pritzker versus Bailey Illinois governor's race. Darren Bailey, J.B. Pritzker facing off again in the race for governor of Illinois. That'll be coming up for you in November. But yes, a lot of you went to the polls, hopefully yesterday. Voters did reject the expanding video gambling in Edwardsville. Also, Venezuela beat the U.S. 3-2 on a ninth inning double from Suarez to win the first World Baseball Classic title. These are just some of the headlines. And if you want to know anything deeper into these, let me know. So you could have to pay to get an hour and 3-hour deliveries from Amazon, evidently. They started offering faster U.S. deliveries of selected products for a fee. That includes pantry staples, clothing, over-the-counter medications, cleaning supplies, and electronics. So all of us that think we're going to get free from Amazon, evidently that's changing. Popeye's also closing dozens of restaurants after one of its biggest franchisees filed for bankruptcy. $324 million in debt, to be accurate there. The Ford factory worker died after being pinned by a machine. We talk about these freak accidents that happen. Very sad to see that. Some of these, again, a 7-ton asteroid triggered a massive boom heard in Ohio and Pennsylvania. That is confirmed, by the way, from NASA. There were 200 U.S. troops that were wounded since the start of the Middle East conflict. Again, we want to pass along things that we see. We talked about the fatal plane crash at Spirit of St. Louis Airport, that there was a pilot that came short of the runway. That was breaking news, by the way. way, yesterday morning. There was a mother that gave birth to triplets on National Triplet Day. That's ironic, right? Born about 2 months early, still in the NICU, by the way, as their health is improving. We're talking a lot about this, the 2026 NCAA tournament bracket strategy. So some of that gets underway tomorrow, and then some on Friday. We're, of course, following those in our immediate area. So Mizzou and Illinois and the Billikens. Will you? And by the way, are you betting? Are you involved in something with work where all of you are pooling money together? Let me know that. So do you want to know anything deeper about any of those? I'm also going to go to kind of the national roundup before we get into our exhaustion. Good morning, Stephanie. It's going to be 30 degrees today in Dayton. Well, so it looks like it's warmer here for sure. Good morning, everyone. Hope you are having a great start to your day. So some of the top national stories. Let's see. Kate Middleton glows in green for St. Patrick's Day in England. Oh, yeah, she looks absolutely stunning, by the way. Venezuela, the big thing that they're talking about, the World Baseball Classic shocker. So did anybody watch that? Venezuela defeating Team USA, unfortunately. There's New York Post, actually, their headline said, Team USA blew it. The World Baseball Classic didn't. Major upset. The loss is drawing criticism of U.S. strategy and roster decisions. So let me know if that's something that, as you were headed off to work, if you would talk about that. If you're a baseball fan, I'm sure you would. Again, it's all about sports. The NCAA tournament officially underway. First 4 games topping off this week. The full bracket, by the way, begins tomorrow, leading to the Final Four in April. So I'd love to know my audience. Are you basketball fans? There was a deadly tornado season that already is underway across the Midwest. Multiple fatalities, unfortunately. At the same time, though, a massive Nebraska wildfire has burned over 600,000 acres, becoming one of the largest in the state's history. So we're now starting to get into spring and then this changing pattern, right? Hollywood's still buzzing with Oscars fallout. A lot of you here said that you don't watch it anymore. Major stars continuing to press tours and appearances tied to the award wins and the new releases. I don't really know a lot about the movies that I saw that won, but I knew a couple of them. A lot of you said, nope, didn't watch. I want to know if you're still going to the movies, though. It's more that now that we get past the Oscars. All right, so St. Louis University Billikens, number 9 seed. They will face Georgia in round 1. They enter with a strong 28-5 record, generating some real excitement locally. Police, by the way, here in St. Louis, considering earlier curfews for minors. I thought that was interesting. Possible parent accountability laws, and it comes after the violent weekend downtown. So I want to pause there for a second. Have you all seen that video? Have you seen the video of the unrest that happened in downtown St. Louis? My brother shared it yesterday and said, and you wonder why no one wants to go to anything downtown. And see, I don't get stopped by it, but when I said that yesterday to Jim, that was the first thing he said. He's like, now, see, now do you understand why I don't go to these things or why I get frustrated when you want to go into the city? So let me ask you that question before we get into our topic. And by the way, we are going to have to do a shortened show. I have to head off to a women's business networking function today. So I'm going to ask you if you saw the video, first of all. I'm not going to show it, but there was unrest in downtown St. Louis, and pretty shocking and pretty scary stuff. Let me just tell you that. Linda, was anything said about the Special Olympics men's hockey? I believe I heard they defeated Canada. Yes, Linda, I did that yesterday. So I said it was a clean sweep because obviously in the Olympics and the Paralympics, U.S. did beat Canada, and the U.S. men and women, for that matter, in the Olympics that we were watching and talking about in Milan. Now the Paralympics. Yes, it was a clean sweep. Sorry you missed that yesterday. Good morning, Julie. Hope you're having a great start to your day as well. So I just want to know, did any of you see that video? If you haven't, then probably good, because I think it would really frustrate you. So that was one of the top stories locally. So was the fatal crash at Spirit of St. Louis Airport, which is under investigation. One person killed in the incident. That was the pilot. Multiple major cases making headlines. And these are the things that we would have discussed in the news. And these are the things that I tell you, do you want these things? I would say no. Child abuse charges in St. Charles County, jail detainees, death under investigation, stolen vehicle, drug-related arrests. How does that stuff serve you? That's the thing that I'm talking about. Here locally, sports-wise, the Edwardsville hockey team heading to the national championships. They will represent the region on a big stage. So pretty much from March Madness tipping off, shocking Team USA loss on the world stage baseball-wise, to rising safety concerns, big tournament hopes right here in St. Louis. A lot happening both nationally and locally today. But I give you what I feel that you want to use. I know a lot of you are hockey fans, so the Blues are in action against Calgary tonight. That game time is at 8:30. We like to do the National Day of Calendar. If you like sloppy joes, today's your day. National Lacy Oatmeal Cookie Day. Awkward Moments Day, National Supreme Sacrifice Day. Thank you to our veterans. National Biodiesel Day, National SBDC Day. What is that? Let's see. It doesn't say. Let me open it up here. What the heck is SBDC? Maybe it's small business. It is National Small Business Development Centers, recognizing that thousands of small businesses across the country, supporting entrepreneurs in the support and the pursuit of small business ownership. Well, I love that. That's all about all of us today. So yeah, so those are the things. Nothing really major that really jumped out at me, but if there is anything you want me to go deeper in, I want to do this for you. I do not like going to the city. There was more than one video. Oh, I know. Yeah, I just wanted to stop at the one. I saw it. Don't go downtown unless I have to. But see, this is the problem. Our city will literally just completely collapse if there's no business. We don't draw anything nationally. That will be the issue. Rose, Monica, give me a little of that energy you have today. I'm lagging and I have a busy day. Coffee isn't helping. No negative news. We don't need it. I know. I don't know where the energy is coming from, except for just excitement to network with a lot of wonderful business women. That's coming up for me. Actually, they're starting at 8 o'clock. I said I can't be there at 8 o'clock because I've got a show to do for you. Let me give a little shout out, by the way, to our wonderful Bridget Childress. And I'm not sure if Bridget's watching or she'll watch a little bit later here. Legal Nurse Consulting. So she's a part of our Testament Tuesday, and she will be back on with us coming up on April 7th. If you don't know about her company, I want you to please look up childresslnc.com and thank her, by the way, for her mission and her vision. They want to bridge the gap between the legal and medical fields, providing accurate and thorough and objective medical analysis. They translate the medical records into clear, actionable insights that support the strong case strategy, informed decision making, and confident advocacy. And their vision? To be a trusted medical legal partner for attorneys. They are known for clarity, credibility, and integrity, and they bridge the gap between medicine and law to support fair outcomes and well-prepared legal cases. So I want to thank her because she is a big part now of the Real Monica Adams Show. And by the way, we always ask you to support those that support us. And this is a list right here of all of our current sponsors, which, by the way, that list will become much longer once we turn the calendar to April 1st. A lot of exciting things are coming your way. So first of all, JG Optimal Wellness, Jenny Gabriel, back on with us. This coming Monday, we'll be talking about Menopause Monday, spas and more, which, by the way, we'll be telling you about because Angie Hess, sponsors our Wellness Wednesday segment. So she's a big part of today's show. Slyman Brothers, Defiance Ridge Vineyards, Dot Fleshman Realty, who I'll see here in just a little bit, and Bridget Childress, Legal Nurse Consultant. So thank you to each and every one of you for being a part of the Real Monica Adams Show, putting your brand behind our brand. And we have 1, 2, 3, and four for sure. 4 new sponsors that are coming on starting April 1st. Can't wait to tell you all about them. Some exciting mobile Monicas will be coming up as well. We have 2 on tap for you next Wednesday that I want you to mark on your calendar. A little save the date. Actually, I'm going to ask you right now, are you going to be able to join us next week? It is going to be, first of all, we'll be at least at 9 o'clock in the morning. We will be at down in Chesterfield. I'm sorry, I put this one up first. So let me go ahead and do this one for you. Grand opening celebration, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. We will be next Wednesday at Exist Stretch, and they are a big part of our show. So if you haven't stopped in yet, please do so. Tell them thank you so much for being a part of the Real Monica Adams Show. 5605 Exist Stretch. They're on Hampton, 5605 Hampton. They are open, and you can see their first stretch is on them. They want you to experience it. And so we're going to be doing demonstrations. We're going to have giveaways. We will have some food from Pueblo Solis. You're going to definitely want to come by for the camaraderie and the entire community supporting each other. So in South City area, that is where they're located. And again, Stephanie, I'm so proud of you. This is the place. There's Trisha. Trisha will be a big part of our show. You'll be seeing her very soon. So again, at 4 o'clock on the 25th next week, we will be there with all of you with giveaways, with fun, and celebrating the wonderful Brian McKenna as we sit down with his friend, Babs. We will also be at Mary Tuttle's, Flowers, and Amelia's. This is going to be at 9 a.m. So as I mentioned, two shows that day. Did not confuse you. Yes, there are two shows that day, and we will show you everything that you can get for you and for friends. Again, if you've got weddings coming up, if you have baby showers, anniversaries, birthdays, it literally is the one-stop shop, and it is the art of living. You heard Angela, hopefully. Angela Carter is the daughter to Mary Tuttles. She was on with us just a couple of weeks ago. Mary Tuttles, if you haven't been, they are located at 17021 Baxter Road in Chesterfield. Mary Tuttles, the art of living. So 9 a.m. with Mary Tuttles, 4 p.m. again with Exist Stretch. Make plans, hopefully, to be with us. I'd love to see you. Okay, let me see here. Well, thank you, Rose. You're sweet. I will be there taking some of your maniacs. Are you going to be at both, Rose? I think she said she was going to come down to Mary Tuttles and she was going to come down, I believe, to Exist Stretch. So I see some of you signing on to Twitch. Best viewers, they say. Okay, well, I love that. And thank you so much for being a part of the show. Just caught the stream. Can't stay long, so I dropped a follow. I really want to support your journey. I connect with you in a big way. Okay, well, thank you. Twitch is one of our platforms. So is Facebook and YouTube, as well as X and Rumble. Instagram, I don't think fired today. In fact, we were having some technical issues. I was afraid I wasn't going to get on to you this morning, but we did. So thank you to those sponsors. And I'll tell you about one more mobile Monica that will be coming up for you. But we are combining yesterday, which would be a Testament Tuesday, with our Wellness Wednesday. So there you go. Brought to you by Bridget Childress, Legal Nurse Consulting, and Wellness Wednesday brought to you, our friends, by Spas and More, at Spas and More STL. Please support those that support us. So today, brought to you by two of our friends. We're going to talk about exhaustion. How do we get past all of that? That's our show next.
What if you could start your day feeling loose, relaxed, and ready? Deep hydrotherapy right in your backyard. Relax with your family or friends, or work out with our Michael Phelps Edition Swim Spas. Worried about maintenance? We have factory-trained service nearby whenever you need it. Plus, we're here for you long-term if you have any questions or need to refill supplies. You can even test spas at our showrooms. Spas and More, A+ rated, locally owned for 20 years. We put the ah in spa.
All right. Thank you so much to each and every one of those. So today's show, as I said, is going to have to be a little bit of a shortened one, but we're going to get right into it. I want to be really interactive with you. So Wellness Wednesday today, we're talking about something that affects almost every one of us. And in fact, if you're one that is not affected by this, I'd love to know. Most of us ignore it though. And then it's too late. That's the problem. Your body is always talking to you. The question is, are you listening? Or you probably dismiss it. You know, a lot of people are asked, do they have stress in their life? And they're like, no, I'm not too stressed. And then people, have blood tests run, or like Jenny Gabriel always talks about, she does your hair, tissue, mineral analysis, all these other testings when it comes to menopause and andropause for women and for men. And then she's like, oh yeah, you are absolutely stressed. Well, what? Yeah, because you've become so immune to it. Long before burnout, long before the illness, long before we reach a breaking point, our bodies whisper. The whisper through fatigue, through the brain fog, through the anxiety, through poor sleep, through that feeling in your gut that something just isn't right. But we live in a culture, by the way, that tells us to push through, correct? Push through the exhaustion, push through the headaches, push through the stress. It's okay. That's your strength. Eventually, those whispers become screams, right? So God whispers to us, but we ignore it. And then he smacks us in the face. And then he punches us in the gut. Wake up. Wake up through the exhaustion. Get to sleep earlier also. Today, we're going to talk about why our bodies send those signals, why we ignore them, and how we can start listening before we reach the breaking point. So that is the story of today's Wellness Wednesday. And I really hope what I have to tell you, what we prepared for you today, really hits home and starts to help you, and that you don't ignore the whispers. Again, these are signals that the body sends that we often brush off as normal life, but they're not normal. They are messages to us, personal messages to us. Now, here are some of the common ones. Do you have constant fatigue? Okay, so I'm going to ask you, say yes. Holy cow, Monica. Yes, you're really interacting. This is you sounding like you're talking directly to me. I'm not just talking about the fatigue after a long day. It's the kind of exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. And it was interesting yesterday, I was truly exhausted. You know, I was caregiving for my mom for the last 3 weeks. See, still tired. And finally, Jim's like, you need to catch up on your sleep before mom comes back over again in about a week or two. And so, yeah, I took a nap. Folks, my nap was an hour and let's see, what did it tell me? An hour and 24 minutes. But I had a poor sleep score because it believed that I went to sleep for the day, for the night, and that I only slept for an hour and 21 minutes. So I was like, I had a 21 sleep score on my Apple Watch. I was like, what? No. It was too long of a nap. So I'm sure my Apple Watch was confused. So I'm not just talking, though, about the tired, I need to take a nap long day. It's the kind of exhaustion that sleep does not fix. Your body may be saying your stress hormones are too high. Stress, you keep hearing me say that word. Your nervous system is overloaded and you're running on adrenaline instead of energy. And then eventually you crash. You can't keep going like that, folks. Is this you? Do you think that you can? Do you think you've beat the system? I got this. I can sleep 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I can keep doing that and nothing's going to affect me. Yeah, it will. You'll have brain fog, forgetting simple things, losing focus while you're at work or driving in a car. I mean, that leads to a lot of crashes, right? Feeling mentally cloudy. And I'm not talking about just a little bit. I'm not talking about the menopause clouding. I'm not talking about all of you young mothers that have that mommy fog. I'm talking about stress mixed with that. Now, it can be corrected, right? By changing simple things in our life. It's connected, though, to chronic stress and poor sleep and inflammation in the body. How many of you experience inflammation? I've heard that from a lot of clients. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to go back here to some comments. Good morning. I'm so excited to join you next week for your mobile Monica. Which one are you coming to? And let me know that. I will be on spring break. Thank you for starting my days off right. I listen to you on the way to work. Have a great day. Char, good morning. Cortisol. Yes, absolutely is a huge factor. Mary said, she's raising her hand. She said, it's me. Wow, that happened to me last evening. Okay. Am I hitting home with you? We did a lot of preparing on today's show to say, I bet you I'm hitting a lot of you. I have a dear friend that sent me a picture of her yesterday and said, I finally believe the inflammation is getting out of my body. Well, I just got a chill as I said that. And I looked and said, oh, absolutely. Right? She's looking at it in her face, in her gut, wherever the body is holding on to inflammation. Inflammation in the body is not normal. Please, if any of you are saying, well, yeah, it's just something that my body holds on to. It isn't. It isn't right. Hydrate more, eat healthier, sleep better, surround yourself with better, positive human beings, get yourself involved in communities and groups that will serve you. Okay, so we're going to talk about anxiety because that was the number one book that's always been chosen. Fear and Anxiety, those books, those devotionals that we read when we're on set. And that is the 100 Days to Freedom books, right? So a lot of people pick fear and anxiety. Anxiety or irritability. Sometimes emotional changes are actually physical signals. So when the nervous system is overwhelmed, your body will shift, what we've always heard this, into fight or flight mode. That means you're constantly on alert, even when nothing's wrong. Think about that. It's not normal. So if do you have trouble falling asleep? Do you wake up at 2:30, 3 a.m. feeling exhausted in the morning? I mean, you think about the schedules that you always pick. If I look at my 30 years of TV and radio, yeah, I was regularly up at 1:30 or 2:15 at the very latest, as we all start at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., many times already at work at 2 a.m., and then trying to go through everything. That's dangerous. You feel exhausted in the morning or do you feel well rested? Rose already said, I need some of that energy. Your body is telling you it can't shut down because your stress response is always on. So I want to reflect on this for a moment. So many people think something's wrong with them. But the truth is, nothing's wrong with you. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It's trying to get your attention. You know, we're talking about whispers, but many of you might be saying, I now am being slapped in the face. Okay? So I want you to keep listening because I have created this show to hopefully give you a wake-up call. So why do you think you ignore the whispers? I'm going to ask you that question, throwing it out to you. Why do you think you ignore the whispers? I'm going to tell you it's because the world rewards ignoring them. We praise people for pushing through. We celebrate being busy. I got this. Every woman I know, I got this. I can bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan and do everything, right? You know the old song? If you know, you know. It's the mom mentality when they're, young kids. I can do this. I can clean the house. I can also go be the CEO of a company. I can come home. I can make dinner for my husband. I can do it all. I can clean up after the kids, put them all to bed, and just fall flat on your face on the couch. And you do it again and you do it again and you can't sleep, obviously. You got young kids and then maybe it turns into you being a caregiver, right? But we celebrate that. We wear the cape proudly. I can multitask. We wear exhaustion like it's a badge of honor. Am I connecting with you? So here's common phrases that a lot of you say. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Have you ever said that? I'm just pushing through. Everyone's tired, Monica. Everyone in this world's tired. Well, that's not a good thing. So we'll start changing the amount of years we live on this earth if we think we can continue to go like that. You know, we've come a long, long way over the centuries of the years that men and women used to live, right? They were lucky to live to 50 and 60 years old. Now we're talking 70, 75 is the average norm. Are we going to start changing that back into the 50s and 60s because of what we're doing? Because we think we can do this? Here's the truth. Your body keeps score. Think of every injury you've ever had. You never go back to normal. Think about a car crash, okay? Your baby. Oh my gosh, now it's got a dent. You can fix it, but you know it's never the same. Does this connect with you? I hope. Stress hormones stay elevated. Inflammation builds. Your nervous system never resets. Eventually, something has to give. And sometimes it's burnout. Sometimes it's anxiety. Sometimes it's illness. And I mean a really horrible illness. But it almost always starts with the whispers. That is what I want you to understand. That it is not this thing that you're like, oh, it just came out of nowhere. No, it was whispering to you all along, but you ignored the whispers. So I'm going to look at the comments. I just want to ask you as we're going through these things, does this sound like you? Do you think that somehow you have figured out and you've got this? Nope. I have figured it out, Monica, and it's not going to affect my life. I know that I can go on to only maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep and I can do it over and over and over again and it'll never, ever catch up with me. Keep thinking that. Okay? When we always say that we think that we're in control and that, that we're making the choices, when truly, if you're faith-based, you know God is up above. He's the one that is protecting us, but he'll also be the one to give you the wake-up call. You know, a lot of times I'll drop what I'm dropping in for you right now, that we can help you physically, mentally, spiritually, right here on this show, through our life coaching, through our personal training. I have a lady that reached out to me yesterday and she said, I finally am ready to devote my time to myself. She said she wants to do personal training and she also wants to do the other aspect of something that we do on this brand, which is design and wardrobe consulting. And I was like, let's go all in. Let's do it together. We also help you right here on the show from a physical, mental, spiritual standpoint, through workouts, through wellness, through fitness, through mindset training, which is what we are doing for you today. So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the whispers and how so many of you ignore them. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. I want to be interactive with you. As I mentioned, we're going to go through this pretty quick today because we're going to have to do a little bit of a shortened show. Here's the good news. Your body is incredibly resilient. When you start listening, it will start healing. Simple ways to reconnect. I want you to pause during the day. And I really mean pause. Find some time. We talk a lot about meditation. How many of you do meditate? How many of you do take time to do breathing exercises? How many times do you take moments in your day to open up your Bible? I love the song, Dust on the Bible. We have all these new iPhones, but there's dust on our Bible. We scroll through, we connect through social media. And I love that we do that, but you make that shorten time. Don't let it consume your life. Open up your Bible. Go to a Bible study. Get involved in church. Get involved in your community. Volunteer. Take some time, though, before you do any of that and find the clarity in it all by pausing. Even 5 minutes. Step outside. And now we've got beautiful weather, right? But even when it's cold, it's kind of exhilarating to have that in our lungs. Take some deep breaths and reset, because you can reset your nervous system. And yes, that's the one thing you do have an ability to do. Reset that nervous system. So that's just a simple thing. And I just mentioned 5 minutes. Do you not think you deserve 5 minutes? I want you to ask yourself this one question. Instead of asking, what do I need to get done? Right? What do I need to get done? Ask, what does my body need right now? What does my body need? And am I listening to it? Sometimes the answer is water. Sometimes it's rest, which is what I needed yesterday, and I listened. Sometimes it's stepping away from a stressful situation, stressful people, stressful relationships. Am I hitting home with you? I hope so. Protect your sleep, by the way, folks. Think about that. Protecting your sleep. It's not a luxury. It's the foundation of healing. Your brain detoxes. I don't know if you know this. We always talk about neurotransmitters, but the brain actually will detox during sleep and get ready to reset itself. Your hormones will rebalance. Your immune system repairs. All of that recovery work happens when you sleep. So I like to know my audience. How much sleep do you get? Julie says at work, people brag about how many hours they work. No thanks. I prefer to work 8 hours. I'd love to work 8 hours. But, again, entrepreneurship is a whole animal on its own. My cape is worn out, Rose says. We women need to say, okay, it's okay to say no. I feel better to not say yes all the time. My whispers are getting loud. Okay, are you listening, Rose? I'm glad you just said that. Listen to them. Okay, our brains were not designed for the constant flow of information that we consume daily. It's not. And there's so much. We're talking about new phones, right? Notifications nonstop. Turn those notifications off. Give your brain some quiet time today and start today. Even short breaks, they will make a difference. So if there's one thing that I want you to take away today, it's this. Your body is not the enemy. It is your greatest ally. It really is. And you only have one. So please take care of it. Your headaches, pay attention to them. The fatigue, the anxiety, they are not weaknesses. They are communication points. Your body is whispering, please slow down. Please take care of me. Please listen. I've been telling my mom that. Mom, why do you think you keep falling? Oh, I know. I need to slow down. Rose said, listen to Dr. Monica. She's absolutely right. I'm just here to be your life coach. There's many things that we provide here, and I hope it helps you, right? This is why we come on to you every morning. So the earlier you listen, the better. Please listen. The less likely those whispers have to become screams. You can catch them early. So tonight I want you to do something simple. I want you to take one moment. Can you do this for me, please? Or do it for yourself, right? If you don't do it, you don't do it. But I'm just saying, try to do this for yourself. Check in with yourself tonight. And then maybe have an accountability partner that checks in with you. Ask the question that most of us never ask. What is my body trying to tell me today? Okay, I'm going to take our final break, and I've got some questions. I'm going to give you one of them to think about. There's going to be 6 total, though. What is one signal that your body is giving you right now, in this moment? Because I love to live in the moment. What is your body telling you right now? Let me know that. All right, we are super excited. We just had Dr. John Arshadi on. He is with Divine Longevity and Wellness, and he can help you, by the way, with all these things from a stress standpoint. He can help you live better, bringing hyper-personalization to the St. Louis area. Located at 106 Four Seasons Shopping Center, Suite 110 down in Chesterfield. And this is his office. We're going to be going there doing a really cool spotlight. Things that we can do, either a Mobile Monica live, or if there's many moving parts and you don't want to do live, we can do what Dr. Arshadi wants to do, which is to talk about how he helps you with every aspect from head to toe. Wonderful red light therapy, the bike that he said nobody else has, right, anywhere near. He also just got a new machine called Quantum, from skin tightening to aesthetics to hormone replacement therapy to weight loss. DivineLongevityandWellness.com. Again, located in the Four Seasons Shopping Center. Give them a call today, 314-514-5364. Thank you so much, Dr. Arshadi, for being a part of our show. All right, welcome back. So I went into the break asking one of the questions. Good morning, Karen. Here's the question. What is one signal your body's been giving you today or lately? I'm going to ask you that right now. So my signal was slow down. I listened to it and I took a nap yesterday. And so, Rose, maybe that is where the energy that you're feeling that I have today is coming from. But what about you? I'm asking you, that those of you that are on with me live right now on all of our channels, what is one signal that as you woke up this morning that you can listen to, because it's a whisper already? And maybe if you got to think a little bit harder, okay, wow, I've been up for 15 minutes. I've been up for a half hour, an hour. What was the signal, Monica? I'm tired. Rose already gave me one of her signals. I feel exhausted. Okay, but that is a pattern that took place. Load up my comments for me, okay? I'm going to give you the 6 questions. What is one signal your body is giving you right now, or maybe yesterday, or at least lately? Do you think modern life makes it harder to listen to our bodies? I've never asked that question before, but I wanted to think about all the technology that we have available to us. The instantaneous gratification. Do you think that is hampering our lives? Do you think it makes it harder to listen to the whispers? Okay? You can answer any one of these or all six of them. One signal the body's telling you right now. Do you think modern life makes it harder to listen to the bodies? Have you ever ignored a health warning that later became a bigger issue? That's your honesty, right? If it led to a heart attack, if it led to cancer, if it led to numerous health concerns, have you ever ignored the health warning? Because I think this is the wake-up call that so many people can get. Yes, by the way, my stress led to this, because that's how we help as a community. That's how we help others. That was 3. Number 4, what helps you reset when you're feeling overwhelmed? For me, it's prayer, it's meditation, it's naps, it is getting together with family and friends, laughing. Laughing is my biggest thing. I know people always say, Monica, you're a big goofball. I love that. I love that I can make other people laugh, but it's also that return that I'm looking for. Okay? So what helps you reset when you're feeling overwhelmed? Do you think our culture glorifies being busy too much? Some of you already said it, that they love saying that they work more than 8 hours. They love to say that we're go, 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 go. I used to always say, and I say it a lot to Jim, by the way, he's like, Monica, I don't like that people call you Wonder Woman. It's not a good thing. It means you're exhausted. Yes, I think if they give you that badge, I wore it proudly, saying I can do it all until you suddenly break. And you don't want to get to that breaking point, right? So when was the last time you truly rested without guilt? For me, yesterday. So those are the 6 questions. One more time. What's the one signal that your body's been giving you lately? Well, do you think modern life is making it harder to listen to your body? Have you ever ignored a health warning sign that became a bigger issue? What helps you reset when you're feeling overwhelmed? And do you think our culture glorifies being busy so much? And then when was the last time you truly rested without guilt? The loneliness of it all, the feeling, why isn't anybody helping me? So these are the questions I'm giving you right now. Yes, Pamela says sleep is very important. I used to go on 4 or 5 hours when I was 59. I started having health issues. There it is. And I now take better care of me. I now get 7 or 8 hours of sleep, and I make that a priority. Char, I look forward to your morning shows and flipping my motivational calendar. I need to walk. Okay, there we go. She's hearing that she needs to move more. Spring break, got great grands. I'm tired already. All right, come on, folks. Give me those answers. What can these small changes be in your life right now to get you to get the aha moment, that light bulb moment that we're all looking for on this Wellness Wednesday? Maybe you need to sit and marinate with those questions, and that's good as well. Just understand, your body's incredibly wise. It whispers before it screams. The question isn't whether your body is speaking. The question is whether we're finally ready to listen to it. And it's not whether it's, I can handle it all. Maybe right this second, maybe this minute, maybe this day, but there's going to be a point where you're going to break. Trust me on that. Your body's not working against you. It is working for you. Every ache and every moment of fatigue, every signal is a whisper and a message. And when you start to listen with compassion instead of frustration, healing will begin. Trust me on that. Your body will speak in the whispers long before it ever has to scream, but you've got to listen to it. Listening may be the most powerful form of self-care that you will ever have. So look, I'm telling you right now, burnout doesn't happen overnight. So I'm hoping that you take some of these small changes and that you start to realize your body will be better. You'll lose the weight. You won't be so angry. You won't be so jealous. You won't have so much resentment. It will happen when if you keep ignoring the whispers, you're going to stay in that state. You're going to become a better person, a better human being, a kinder human being to yourself and to others when you start practicing this. Tonight, pause, breathe, listen, pray, write in your journal. Okay? So, what did you get from today? What's your biggest takeaway? I'm exhausted and I'm admitting it, but I'm pushing through anyway. And it's not working for me, and I'm going to change. Brain fog, poor sleep, constant stress. So many of us think it's just a part of life until we realize that we start having that changing pattern. What if those things are actually your body telling you something? Okay? Today, I'm literally giving you the answers. We're talking about all the signals our bodies will give us before the burnout and the illness happens. And again, I stress, you might think that you can outrun it. Maybe right now, but it's going to catch up with you. Your body whispers. Are you listening? Do you feel more exhausted now than you did 5 years ago? A lot of questions, a lot of things for you to journal about. Yes, much more, a little more, about the same, actually less. Answer those questions for me. I need more Jesus time. Ah, Rose, good one. I go to bed every night at the same time and I sleep 7 hours. Stephanie, looks like you figured it out. Jody, sleep is my resetter. I don't sleep well at night, so whenever I get tired, I lie down. Sometimes I take 4 or 5 30-minute naps, and praying helps me a lot. And she repeated the word a lot. So here's what I'm going to leave you in these final moments. Just think about this. This is your way to journal today. Do you feel more exhausted now than you did 5 years ago? And it's yes, much more, a little more, not the same, actually less. Stephanie sounds like she's doing really good at that. What signal does your body give you when you're overwhelmed? Trouble sleeping? Headaches, because that usually means that you're low on water. Anxiety, irritability, fatigue or brain fog. When you're stressed, what do you usually do? Do you push through it? Do you try to rest? Do you exercise? Because that's a wonderful addiction. Do you talk to someone? Or do you try to do it alone? Again, your body is warning you, and most people ignore these signs. Listen to the whispers before it screams. The exhaustion has unfortunately become normal in our world, and the biggest signal that you ignore is your fatigue. Don't push through it. It will backfire on you. What does your body need right now? Think about that. So I want you to get rid of the fatigue. I don't want you to ignore the signals anymore. Something bigger will happen, and I don't mean on a good scale. Brain fog will continue. Your anxiety will continue. You'll have poor sleep. These are not random. That's all messages. So on this Wellness Wednesday, we're talking about why our bodies whisper before burnout happens and how we can start listening again. So what signal has your body been sending you lately? Let me know that. So again, you just have to pause more. And some of you are saying, I need more time with Jesus. I love that. I love that. If you're exhausted right now, it's not the exhaustion that comes from a great workout. It's an exhaustion from stress. Your body's incredibly wise. It whispers before it screams. The question is whether your body is speaking and you're listening. So it's not just about, is my body speaking to me? It's about, are you listening? All right. Hopefully that gave you some motivation. Stephanie said, motivation for me, going to the pool. I love that. Keep it up. Take a nap if I want. Took my daughter to dinner last night just because, right? The really beautiful things of connection. I love all of that. Please don't go at it alone. Reach out to somebody that can help you physically, mentally, spiritually. Hire a personal trainer. Hire a life coach. Go to a counselor. Go to a psychiatrist. Go to a psychologist. Get involved in church. Go to community. Don't sit alone. Don't sit in the silence. There is a world out there waiting for you, folks. They want to become friends with you. You just have to let them. Okay? Think about that. I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Real Monica Adams show where we get real every morning at 7 a.m. We help each other as a community. So I'm going to leave you with a devotion. And this is from my friend who I just gave a wonderful review to because I really do love her. This is from Marietta Divine. I need to have her on a Testament Tuesday very soon. Affirmation cards, divine inspirations. And if you don't know about her, please look up the Girl of Prayer on Facebook, on her website as well. Marietta Divine, an incredible human being that will be life-changing. So I just took this one from Divine Inspirations, and it says, in this moment, tomorrow belongs to God. I don't have to worry. He's already there, working things out for my good. Tomorrow belongs to God. Today belongs to you. Today's your day to start making those shifting patterns. Then tomorrow, let go and let God. See? He worked hand in hand with me on that. My right hip was bothering me, so I went to the ortho. I have bursitis in my right hip, arthritis in my left, so cortisone, shot, and exercise. It's better. Well, there you go. Keep up your waterworks. You're welcome, Stephanie. Have a great day. Everybody, remember, don't ignore the whispers. Don't let them become slaps and punches in the gut, because that is when stress has won and illness starts to come into play. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Right here tomorrow morning, we'll do some transformation on a Thursday. Love you all.